Welcome to the third episode of Out the Box with your girl, Jerry Speak. Yes, you may have noticed that my background is a little bit different. And what I want to tell you, the reason for that is I am coming to you live from Savannah, Georgia. Yes, I am. And we're going to be talking about I Got My Sexy Back. All right now. Are you ready? Yes, indeed. Well, let me tell you something. This is a beautiful Airbnb with waterfront property and everything in place. And guess what, y'all? The only thing missing is a man. Yes! Psych! Got your dinner. Ain't nothing missing here. Trust me, baby. Been there, done that. Had the 3-minute thrill, and then sometimes after the divorce, left with the unpaid bills. So this weekend is all about Jerry because I'm celebrating 35 years breast cancer free. So are you ready? I got my sexy back. So let's talk about it, okay? Some of you may remember or you may have noticed that there's something different going on with me in the last 6 to 8 months. It ain't have nothing to do with COVID. COVID just propelled me into my destiny. That's what it did for me. In February of 2020, I was already making a pivot before pivot became a household word. Yes, I was. And only my closest friends know that I was doing that. Because I was getting ready for what I was about to call the one-woman show. Yes, I was going to show up all by myself at a different venue, in the evening, different time of day, whole new different atmosphere, everything. I was going to show up just me. And I was going to talk about some of what I'm going to be talking about today. Intimacy, breast cancer, celibacy, and how those three things intertwine to create who I am today. That's what I was preparing for. Yes, indeed. So you all watching today will get a taste of what was about to come. Now, it ain't totally out the box yet. I mean, this is the name of it, no pun intended. But out the box came because I had to switch gears real quickly when COVID came. And when that happened, I realized this was an opportunity for me to do exactly what I was already planning on doing. So everything is a setup. This is a setup for what's about to come with Jerry. Not the Jerry Speak Conference, not that kind of event at all. An intimate setting, talking about intimate details, a whole new Jerry that you've never seen before. So, are y'all ready to dig in? Let's get started. I can't read your comments because my, what do you call it? My tablet did not work here, but that's another whole story. Devil is a liar. I always say that. I'm going to get this story out no matter what. My phone works just fine. So anyway, here we go. Let's start talking about intimacy. Sex is not a verb. It's about love. Sex is all about love. That's why they call it lovemaking. So let me tell you something. If I don't never have sex again, it's all right with me. I'm going to still be loved. And let me give you some examples of some of the stuff that I've been through to get to this decision. Oh my God. I remember, I'm going to talk about guys. I remember the guy who took me to his home. We had dated for maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of weeks and a few days. I don't know. I don't remember. I stopped counting. But anyway, we were dating for a brief period of time. And we just hit it off so well, you know. We felt like we were just perfect for each other. So we went out to eat for dinner one day. And then the second date, I felt very comfortable enough with him to bring him to my home. So we went to my home and we watched TV, you know, do the little things that you do, kind of hang out, getting to know each other. And so on the third date, he took me to his home. Now, let me tell you something about me. If you take me to your house, if you're a man and you take me to your house, and I'm thinking now, okay, I'm in your home now, so I'm looking around. I'm thinking this relationship might be going somewhere. You done brought me inside your home. So I'm looking around to see what everything looks like, the decor and everything. I'm already checking to see if you're clean. No question about that because I'm a clean person. I'm a neat freak, so I'm checking to see if you're clean. Even when I first meet you, you got to be clean. But when I go to your house, I'm checking a little bit more. But now, by this time, I'm checking his decor. And I'm trying to figure out, how would I fit in here? And what would I have to change about this home to make it mine? Now, isn't that crazy, y'all? Women, we are always thinking about marriage, having marriage and babies. And men are always thinking about having sex. I'm telling you, that's the truth. That's the way it works. So anyway, we're at his house and we go out together to Domino's to get pizza. Nothing fancy, it don't matter. You know, we at his house. So we go out, we drive out together to get pizza. We come back home, we having the pizza. We watching movies in the living room and everything. I don't know if it was on demand. I don't know. He had so many gadgets and stuff hooked up to the TV. I don't know what was playing. But he had the most beautiful home. And we're having a wonderful time in the living room. I'm drinking wine, of course, like I'm always drinking wine when I'm out somewhere. And he says, I said, you know what? I need to stop drinking because I got to drive. And he says to me, oh, you don't have to stop drinking. You don't have to drive. You can just stay here. And I'm thinking to myself, no, I don't know you like that, you know? No, I ain't staying here. I was like, no, that's all right. And then, you know, in the back of my mind, I don't know how many of y'all remember this, but you remember the Mike Tyson incident. I'm pretty sure I'm talking about the right person. If not, forgive me. The Mike Tyson incident where the lady was in his hotel room 2 o'clock at night. Tell me, y'all, if I'm talking too fast. Probably am. Where the lady was in his hotel room 2 o'clock at night, and she said that he raped her. And his response was, not his response. The critics' response were, 2 o'clock in the morning, what are you doing in somebody's hotel room? What did you expect? And I'm thinking to myself, she didn't expect, damn it, to get raped, I'm sure. She didn't expect that. But anyway, I digress. So I'm thinking in my mind right now, this doesn't sound right. I ain't trying to spend the night with this man. So he goes back in the bedroom, and I'm thinking he going back there, you know, for something, or he going to his bathroom or whatever, and he gonna come back in a few minutes. So I go down the hall to use the bathroom, and he's hollering to me, come on back here. I got the movie on back here. And I'm thinking to myself, I said, nah, that's all right. I'm fine right up here in the living room where I'm at, no problem. And that's when I had that thought. I'm like, this don't feel right. So after a few minutes, I was like, I think I'm just going to go on home. And I did. And guess what? I never heard from him again. And the crazy thing is, a friend of mine, now this was like maybe 7 years ago, so it ain't the same group of friends that I got there. About 7 years ago, it's like a friend of mine told me that she knew him. After I broke up, she was like, I know him. He always does that. He's all over these dating sites and everything, and he's known for taking women to his house, thinking they're gonna really like his house and everything, and then you know what's gonna happen, he's gonna get some. I was like, okay, well, at least I learned early, you know. It's like, okay, he ain't getting none, so I ain't see him no more. So that was one guy. But then I had one guy to tell me, I don't even remember who this was. This is just a quick thought that came through my mind. One guy told me, he said, you know what? It's a shame that all of that is going to waste. And I'm thinking to myself, what the hell I look like? Leftover lunch or something? What the heck? I almost said the F word. What the hell do you mean all of this is going to waste? I'm not going to waste because you ain't getting none. No, I'm not going to waste. I'm not leftover lunch. I'm not a meal. You know what I'm saying? So that's a little thought that went through my head. But I'm going to be realistic with y'all. I'm telling you. I mean, I hear about women who are waiting, saving themselves and all that good stuff. I am not that super duper Christian little lady who's out here waiting and holding out for her husband and all of that good stuff. No, I'm not. I'm not having sex because I ain't had an opportunity to have sex. Let's just get it straight, okay? I've had 3 husbands. 3 husbands. I'm saving myself for the right man who wants to be in a committed, monogamous relationship. It ain't got to be marriage. You know, it ain't got to be marriage. I mean, I don't have nothing against women who are saving themselves for a husband. I'm just not one of them. That's all I'm trying to say. So, there you go. That's the part I want to talk about on intimacy. These topics kind of intertwine. So let's move on to breast cancer. Breast cancer. Like I said, I'm a 35-year survivor, and I am sure that breast cancer had a lot to do with my decision to refrain from sex for a while, and we'll get into that last. So for this section, I want to say sex is definitely not a verb. It is not a verb. If I never have sex again, trust me, I am still going to be a portrait of beauty after breast cancer. It does not matter. There are some women like myself who choose to have a lumpectomy. And, then there are people who choose to have a mastectomy. That means they remove the whole breast. And then there are some women who are diagnosed with breast cancer, and they decide to have what is called the radical mastectomy. That means they remove both of their breasts. Either they found it in both breasts, or they found it in one, and they don't want to take no chance on it coming back at all, so they just remove both of them. But in my case, I had the lumpectomy. So I was able to retain a fairly decent portion of my breast. I get nervous when I start talking about this because I don't never talk about this. I was able to retain a decent portion of my breast. And also I was able to retain the nipple. Ooh la la la. The importance of the nipple. I'll tell you about that in a little while. However, now, there are some concerns when it comes to doing anything that alters your breast in any form. There are things that come along with that. Like, and every time you meet a male counterpart or an intimate person or whatever, you have to decide when you want to have that conversation. When are you going to talk about that you had something done, no matter whether it was a lumpectomy, mastectomy, or whatever, whether you lost part of your breast, all of your breasts, whether you got implants, all of those things come into play when you're going to think about being in an intimate relationship. So when do you have the question? Do you have it 2 weeks in or 3 weeks in? Do you have it before you kiss, after you kiss? When do you have that conversation? Do you wait until there's almost an intimate moment, and then you say, oh, by the way, I had this little thing done. I don't know. When do you do that? Well, there's another concern that you have. It's like, you can't go into the department store and just look at stuff on the rack and say, oh, that looks good. I would love to have that. Every time I go to the department store, I'm looking for stuff with built-in boobs. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Y'all don't know what I got on up under here. I'm looking for stuff with built-in boobs. It just makes my life easier. It makes my life easier. So, it's like every time I go in the store, like I can't even do I can't do probably nothing that's strapless, like coming across here, because you have to wear a strapless bra, and a lot of summer outfits just don't work with the strapless bra. It just don't look right. Some of the stuff come down so low, it's like it expects you to have the boobs to hold it up. And so a lot of stuff I can't wear. I mean, I was in a store the other day with some girlfriends, and they were getting outfits, and I was like, oh man, I would like to try one of those on. Lord, I tried the thing on, I'm like, oh no, that ain't gonna work for me. I ain't got enough boobs to hold it up. And that's just reality. That's just reality. So, always looking for something that has built-in boobs. But then there are the pluses. One of the pluses is, at least I only have to worry about one boob sagging when I turn 90 years old. So, I gotta add a little humor here. Yeah. So I ain't but one boob gonna sag when I turn 90. But let me get back to the nipple, the ooh la la la, the nipple, yes. Ooh. I mean, it's like I said, one breast is smaller than the other because I had the lumpectomy. Basically what they do is they remove the lump and they keep everything else around it, and I kept the nipple. Well, y'all have heard the saying that anything more than a mouthful is a waste. So let me tell you, I don't have nothing to worry about. I got a mouthful. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave that right there. Oh my gosh, this is so much fun. Wow. Okay, so the third segment is celibacy. Celibacy. For this one I said, sexy does not have to mean you're having sex. If I never have sex again, y'all notice in all three of them I said, if I never have sex again, I will still be sexy. Oh my God, I'm gonna be very honest with y'all. Once again. This is hard. This is the really hard one for me. Right now, I am a virgin. I'm gonna be very honest. Right now, it's like I am a virgin, and I am afraid to have sex. So, whoever comes into my life right now, they're gonna have to be very patient, very understanding. And they're going to have to spend quite a bit of time getting to know me and gradually getting to know my body. That's just the bottom line. I mean, I've been celibate since December the 2nd of 2007. Okay, it's out there. That's the first time I have literally gone on Facebook and said how long it's been. Y'all do the math. I remember the date. Of course I remember the date. Let me tell you, once again, this was not a conscious decision that I made. It was not a conscious decision. I mean, I had no idea that it would be this long. Who thought they were going to go this long without having sex? I mean, I figured I might go through a dry spell, maybe a couple of years. I mean, I've been in relationships somewhere down the line before this, before this whole long list of waiting. And I was like, it's like I've been in a 3-month relationship, and I'm thinking, okay, I went by the Steve Harvey rule, trying to make it to the 3-month mark, and still nothing. Couldn't even get a kiss. But I'm like, okay, Lord, I tried. I give up. I'm gonna leave it up to you. Had no idea it would be a freaking decade and then some. Oh, Lord have mercy. But anyway. It's no big deal. I've been there and I've done that before. It's not what I was looking forward to. But sex is highly overrated anyway. I don't care what nobody say. Unless you married and you got to give it up, excuse me, sex is overrated. And we worry about our bodies more than men ever worry about our bodies. We think we worry more about what sex is going to be like than they do. They don't really care. They really don't. And now they're talking about, listen, with COVID, now they're talking about when you have sex, you need to put a mask on. And my thought is, okay, so we got to worry about HIV, we got to worry about AIDS, and every other, contagious disease that's out there. And on top of that, they expect you to keep a mask on? I don't think so. So I guess I won't be having sex for no time soon. I guess it's going to be a whole lot longer, as long as COVID is around anyway. Oh my God. Oh, Lord. So, this last scenario, oh my gosh, this is the craziest thing I've ever heard. I recall this married man that I met at a club. He told me that he and his wife had been separated for 22 years, but they still live in the same household, but they sleep in separate bedrooms. And I'm thinking that's the biggest lie anybody could have ever told. But 22 years, oh my God, who does that? And then he started telling me all these stories about, but it don't matter. We can go this place, we can go that place, I can take you to Myrtle Beach. And that was when I first moved here also. It seemed like all this crazy stuff happened when I first moved here. I was like, I've never been to Myrtle Beach before, and I wanted to go, but I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to go with no married man. Matter of fact, I've been here 10 years now, so it's like, I done took myself to Myrtle Beach so many times it don't make no sense, and I went by myself every single time. So to heck with him. But I'm thinking, you know what? You've been in relationships with other women all these 22 years, and they settle for that. They put up with that crap. I don't think you are going to add me to that list. No, thank you. And then when I told him that I didn't want to be bothered, he going to tell me, there is slim pickings for single men out here. You're going to have a hard time finding one. So I'm thinking to myself, so what the hell am I supposed to do? Just settle for a married man? Because there ain't no single men out here? I don't think so. Not me. Going back to them women who settle for that crap. I mean, what's wrong with women anyway? I really don't understand women who settle for anything just to say that they are in a relationship. Why do they do that? I've never been that type of woman. But there's so many out there. And I see it all the time. I just see it all the time. It's like these crazy relationships that you see people walking around in. It's like you obviously know that this person that she walking with ain't got nothing going on. She walking down the street looking like the queen that she is. And he walking beside her looking like he's some dishwasher at a restaurant somewhere. Pants sagging, underwear showing, crack showing sometimes. And I'm thinking, why would you humiliate yourself like that just to say that you have a man? I'm just saying, why do you do that? So in closing, I have no problem being sexy, celibate, and sane. And I am definitely beautiful after breast cancer. Ladies, do not sell yourself short You deserve every good and perfect gift that God has promised you. And that includes the man who deserves all of you, not just your body. It's okay to be sexy and not having sex. Thank you so much for watching. And continue to check me out on all of the social media platforms. jerryspeak.com. Everything is Jerry Speak. Yes. You will find more encouraging words, more inspiration, more authenticity, and a little shock along the way. I appreciate you. I will talk to you on my next video. Thank you for making this weekend a total blessing. If you only knew what I went through to make this happen. I love y'all. Bye now. Y'all saw the legs, right? You just didn't get to see the shoes. Woo! I can't even show you the shoes. No, my leg won't go up that high.